Good evening, everybody out there in the Poetry Corner universe. Tonight is another night of the Poetry Corner with myself, King Atterbury, and my co-host Valerie Lorraine. So I'm gonna pass everything off to her, and we can get this party started. Valerie.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Poetry Corner. This is obviously our YouTube channel. Please take a moment and like and subscribe to our page, and you can hit the notification bell to get notified of all our future shows. We also have a Facebook page, the Poetry Corner. If you are a poetry lover, you will thoroughly enjoy this page. If you are a poet, you can join the page and you can post your poetry, your events, maybe you have a book or something's coming out that you would like to share, and you can share that all there with all the other poets. So welcome. Tonight we have a wonderful evening with our guests. She is the Wild and Just Star Misdemeanor Artist. So we have a wonderful tribute to Sylvia Plath tonight. So Sylvia Plath was an American poet, novelist, and short story writer. She is credited with advancing the genre of confessional poetry and is best known for two of her published collections, The Colossus and the Other Poems, and Ariel, as well as The Bell Jar, a semi-autographical novel published shortly before her death in 1963. The collected poems were published in 1981, which included previously unpublished works. For this collection, Plath was awarded the Pulitzer Prize in Poetry in 1982, making her the fourth to receive this honor posthumously. She was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and she graduated from Smith College and the University of Cambridge in England, where she was the student at Newman College. She married fellow poet Ted Hughes in 1956, and they lived together in the United States. And then they moved to England. Their relationship was tumultuous, and in her letters, Plath alleges abuse at his hands. They had 2 children before separating in 1962. Plath was clinically depressed for most of her adult life and was treated multiple times with electroconvulsive therapy. She unfortunately killed herself in 1963. And she is attributed to a lot of beautiful poetry. Some of it is dark, and some of it talks about her issues. And a lot of it has nothing to do with that. But tonight we are going to explore a little bit about this poet, and we're going to talk about how we as poets work in through our trauma or our mental health issues with poetry and writing. So without further ado, I am going to bring up She is the Wild.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening over here in Texas, and so it's just great to be with you guys tonight and get to hear some of the beautiful pieces that I know I'm going to hear tonight and share them tomorrow with my other poetry lovers. So I'm really excited. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate that. And so She is the Wild. Obviously, you can find me on Instagram, just like the title says. A lot of my writing has to do with empowerment, healing, you name it. It's a little bit of everything. I go from being soft-spoken to healing into sorrow and relationships. And so it deals with a lot of the things, especially our topic that we're talking about today. So I appreciate it. Now, I am merging out. I do have plans to create my own LLC already and, have a book out hopefully by April that goes more into depth about, empowering women and healing the trauma. And, writing has been a big part of that for me. So I'm excited. Yeah.
I am. Congratulations. We're very excited for you. And it's a pleasure to have you here, both of you. And I'm very excited to talk about some of the types of poetry and not just working through a lot of life's issues that we go through, but also empowerment. So I'm going to hand the stage over to you, but first I'm going to ask you to let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
I am on Facebook. If you look me up, just like As She Is the Wild, the way it's typed out. You can find me on TikTok also, same title, She Is the Wild, and on Instagram. I'm pretty much merging out. I even opened a Twitter, guys, and I'm not a big Twitter person, but I said, well, let's just go tweet over there and maybe they'll see it. You know?
Tweet.
So I'm all for it. But Instagram has been one of the big platforms for me. I mean, the support, the poetries that's on there. And then gradually Facebook has just kind of opened up. So you can find me just about anywhere, guys. Yes. That's where you go follow me.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to hand the stage over to you. So please.
Let me see. Let me go back to my page. There is a piece I wrote recently. I do a lot of more short stuff. It's very, very when I'll write something that's very elongated. That's just the way I write. You know, everybody has their own way. Some do micro, some do elongated. And so this piece, call it home. She's tired of being a human bandage for people whose feelings run away and change the next. She never imagined that forever would come with a price and no peace. The dreams being sold were in black and white, and the color was stripped down from them. So she wasn't looking for a heaven, only a place where she could build and call it home.
That was nice.
Got the cheers going on now.
Yeah, that one really hit home for me. Yeah,
That's
one of my favorite pieces.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. You know, we can delve into our deepest thoughts. Some of them beautiful, some of them dark, but that we can always turn around and come back with hope. So, and I think that's where your popularity has shined.
It has. It's like I said, it's been an amazing experience, and the fans, and that includes men too. Mm-hmm. I try not to shun the light on this. Is just like, yes, it's empowering women, but I do have men that follow and admire and are supportive and send me messages, you know, that, you know, I recommended your page to my best friend because, you know, she needed it. I mean, mothers, you know, people that are dealing with trauma and healing. And it's just the love has just, it's so much. I don't even know what to do with it sometimes, you know. You almost feel like you don't deserve it. Like I'm just writing because it makes me feel good and it makes other people feel good. Yeah. And then they come at you with, like, you're amazing, you're this. And I'm like, I'm not really all of that, but thank you. Thanks. Appreciate the love.
Because it's relatable. It's relatable. Yeah. Yes.
To the conclusion, it's relatable and it's helped me heal in a way that I could never imagined. Like you find your purpose in things. And I feel like this is a big part of my purpose. Mm-hmm. This goes with it. And it's tied into everything that I'm doing. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen.
We're excited too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just Star, welcome. Would you like to intro yourself and let everybody know who you are and where they can find you?
Yo. Sorry, I was just listening to She's the Wild there. Amazing. I hear that. If you don't know, I do art in it. If you're not bored of it yet, then you know I'm not doing it right yet because you know, like the McDonald arches, I'm just gonna drill it in your brain. So I've got a cat on my lap. It's like, look, he's trying to mold, so he's trying not to get off my lap. Anyway, I know we're not there for that. Basically, I was hearing what you were saying just in the light as well about empowerment, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know nothing about Sylvia Plath, so I would be lying if I tried to, and I ain't very good lying, but. Basically, the empowerment thing I kind of get because I've been through a lot of mental health stuff, trauma, whatever you want to categorize it as. I don't like the labels, but I had to take my own like trauma and turn it into power. So like my empowerment came when I told the world like things that I've never thought I was going to tell anyone. I was recluse for a good few years, and then I like just done a little chapter in a book, and then I took the power. I told my story, and like it empowered me, and it was just a mad thing. So when you're saying that, it just reminded me of that, and just wanted to say that. And obviously art is my therapy, poetry, it's all in creative vibes are one to me. So I'm always pushing that for everyone. People say you can't draw, you can throw some paint around, sculpt, dance, sing, bust some lyrics, do some poetry. You never know. You might have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay, so you are just our misdemeanor artist.
Yeah, that might help. Sorry, that's my name.
So where can we find you on social media?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This year I came off WhatsApp, came off of the main book of Facebook, as you might know it. So I'm just mostly on Instagram these days, under __ misdemeanor _ artist. If you want your merch and that too, holla holla holla. I've cups, t-shirts, and yeah, man, help me feed the cats.
Oh.
Brilliant. Well, I know that you have some wonderful pieces, so I'm going to let you share a piece with us and let us all experience you.
Oh, okay. Give me a number, because I'm not very good at just picking.
7.
7. Oh, okay. I'm have to shorten it down, condense it a little bit. All right, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Time is supposed to be a healer. Everybody kept telling me, in time, it will get better. Maybe even easier, whatever that's supposed to really mean. A myth that doesn't exist. Why did everyone lie to me? I'd rather they said this will only get worse. Each minute will be longer than the last, far worse than the first, which was longer than the one before. Don't even mention the first one that started this curse. Dominoes of clocks that tick constantly, minus the top. The hand that never stops, beating down torture, reminding incessant. Every millisecond resounds. Pain, pain, pain. Repeat, eat, sleep. Turmoil times a million just to test this human. Losing sanity like the sands of an hourglass. Lost in time, the hand marked, ready for the next. Ruthless timing, never ending. Increasing the intensity, echo with each strike. Tick, tick, tock, tock. Adding a new drum to the chaos of chimes. No sequence, out of rhythm, pure nonsense. Noise, background beats, hardly heard her, hear her at every beat. Scribbling a maze with no exit. You can't write this. No drawings or paintings, clearly obsolete, just a pure painting. No color can match this scene. Empty palette. Bring back my person. Send a magic wand. Grant me a genie so I can get 3 wishes. Stop the clocks. Rewind time. Pause. Record. See your smile again. Store and remember repeatedly. Reliving the memories. Unbreak all the shattered hearts from this land to overseas. Reclaim the overflowing streams filled with my tears. Tell me it's okay, babes. You know I love you. You can always speak to me about it too. Instead, reality. Brutal reality. A relentless roller coaster captained by my lost soul, a man by this broken heart. Never ending rumblings inside. Venom breathing anger floods my veins. This anguish has no end. Tentacles of torture that reach each and every single corner, slowly sucking the life out of every situation, on a mission to ruin anything and everything left. I strive to make good in this so-called thing known as life. Self-saboteur, stronger than ever, subconsciously, recklessly, smashing everything I touch, trying to make the world feel the tiniest sample of my anger, matched by this pure sadness. In an instant, Shattered glass, mirrors, broken scenes, crashing everything that was and could have been. Lost souls stumbling a path with no shadow, all alone.
Mm.
All right, just that's what's up.
Gang, gang.
Eat,
So I can't dry mouth. My lip was like,
Beautiful poetry, and we are not going to stop. So I am Valerie Lorraine. I'm your co-host here tonight on the Poetry Corner. You can find me on Instagram at Valerie Lorraine _poetic author. I am going to read one of Sylvia Plath's most popular piece. It is also listed as one of the saddest ones. So this is called Lady Lazarus. I have done it again. 1 year and every 10 I manage it. A sort of walking miracle. My skin bright as a Nazi lampshade. My right foot a paperweight. My faceless, featureless. Fine Jew linen. Peel off the napkin. Oh, my enemy, do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth, the sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon, soon the flesh, the grave cave ate will be at home on me. And I, a smiling woman, I only 30, and like a cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments the peanut crunching crowd shoves in to see. Them unwrap me hand and foot, the big striptease, gentlemen, ladies. These are my hands, my knees, I may be skin and bone. Nevertheless, I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened, I was 10. It was an accident. The second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I rocked shut. As a seashell, they had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I have a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical. Come back in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute, amused shout. A miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge. For the eyeing of my scars, there is a charge. For the hearing of my heart, it really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch or a bit of blood, or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, hairy doctor, so, hair enemy. I am your opus. I am your valuable. The pure gold baby. That melts into a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Ash, ash, you poke and stir, flesh, bone, and there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. Hair god, hair Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of ash I will rise red hair. And I eat men like air. Sylvia Plath. All right. She was a wonderful poet, and it is a pleasure to be able to celebrate her, and especially during this as Suicide Prevention Month. So, sometimes some of the topics are not comfortable, but they are important to talk about, and I think they are not talked about enough. So, with no further ado, I'm going to bring She Is the Wild back.
Hello. So I saw a piece by Sylvia Plath, and it is a short one, but I read it and I thought it was really beautiful. And so I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys. It says, I think I am but one more drop in the great sea of matter, defined with the ability to realize my existence. Of the millions, I too was potentially everything at birth. I too was stunned, narrowed, warped by my environment, my outcroppings of heredity. I too defined a set of beliefs, of standards to live by. Yet the very satisfaction of finding them will be marred by the fact that I have reached the ultimate in shallow, two-dimensional living, a set of values. Sylvia Plath. But that was a beautiful. That was just beautiful.
Right? Isn't she?
I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm reading all her stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
I know. She's a beautiful poet, and she really she's a wonderful wordsmith, in that she brings some statements together that, you know, they're very unique.
Boy, it just seeps intense sadness. She just like, I just feel like my heart beats for her, literally.
You can feel the anguish and the confusion that she was going through, and she expresses it so eloquently. It really captures you to stop and think, like, how many of us have felt that way throughout our life, maybe right now, in the past, or whatever. But she expresses herself so beautifully and eloquently. I mean, what an amazing poet. I mean, honestly.
Really, absolutely. And I think too, it's been my experience that I think that sometimes when we're in our deepest, we are the most creative if we actually take the time to put pen to paper, or paint, or pencil to paper for, you know, art and music, whatever it is that you don't even have to be good at it. You know, you just have to have this desire to try. But the things that come out of us in those biggest moments of despair are so glorious. Okay, perfect.
I love that.
So, Justar, would you like to share a piece with us?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just soaking that up. I'm glad this is a great topic, Valerie. Thanks for sharing about this Sylvia Plath, because I didn't know, and I'm glad I'm doing that. Okay, so keeping on the topic of like we were just talking about, and Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I think I said it in the right order. You know, I can't speak. Let me put my teeth back in. Everyone hear me okay? I'm going to do like a piece called End of Days.
Absolutely.
All right. It's hard to understand that feeling. Holding them pills in your hand. It's not about dying. Not like I haven't tried to live. Give it my last breath. Literally exhaled my last being. Me humans can only take so much. Misery, poisoning me. Before that day, nothing could break me. Indestructible, invincible, concrete wall. No amount of alcohol or drugs ever made me whole. No one could fool me. I already knew the truth. From a stolen child and tainted youth, always having to just continue. Thought I had my share until you stripped it bare once again. Smashed my walls to smithereens. Took the old me. I'm fine. Nothing happened. It's the song I tried to sing. Whilst the marks around my neck said it all. Blessed with a friend who could see the hurt within. Tears streaming said more than anything. Pandora's box broke within. Months replacing time with a chaotic drug-filled life only made things worse. Blinded by the shattered vase, unable to serve its purpose, cracked and broken, dead roses. I chose the only way out. It's not easy or cowardice, pure misconception, shattered scene. No human wants to be in. I tried to remain the same, continue, and act like everything was okay. Until that day came, I took my life in my hands, except God had other plans. 2 to 3 days, they said. 60 days later, that was my home. Safe zone, only place I felt I'd ever know. Thought I'd always be, until immediately ejected to public property. No words to describe how you can heal. The turmoil multiplied. Public places, invaded spaces. Became a full-on recluse, unable to be seen, hiding away like I was guilty. I don't want your sorrow or pity. I'm strong enough in me. No words could truly describe how much I lost in my life. Losing that time, barely able to breathe, unable to leave, to move between rooms. Plastic screens divide so they can keep me on sight. This side of life, stay away from the light. Life dictate to me, medicate to me. Don't take those pills, we have these for you. Self-medication is out of the equation. It prescribed to me what I used to try to kill me. But that's okay, you see, because it was my hand that held them pills, my mouth that swallowed them down, hoping to quiet them sounds. Instead, I heard a different noise, one I could never foresee. People do actually care about me. Locked away, unable to breathe, them visits meant the world to me. No words could communicate what your time meant. You can shout the worst words, but no one can take away those moments. Everything changed, I believed previously. Showed me someone who really loved me. Little brother, you mean the world to me. I couldn't even be there for me, yet you showed up regardlessly. Showed me love when I couldn't see above the water I was drowning in. You remembered me, continually. Despite everything, your time will always mean the most to me. Who knew you'd be the one to save me? By showing up, you show love, meant more than any hug or fake stuff. Namaste. Gang, gang.
That was gorgeous. So many great
Beautiful.
lines. Absolutely stunning.
True
King?
facts. Yes.
How would you like to spit a piece? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I know you're good for it with 19 books, my friend.
20.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
That just happened though, so
Yeah.
you understand my
Oh.
miscount.
Get it back 20.
Mm-hmm.
3 more coming in soon before November.
Nice.
This piece, it's about lifting the conscious mind. You know, depends on what you're going through in life. You can always find a better way to have a better parade. You know what I'm saying? So you can always heal yourself by recommendation. This is called Incredible Lift. Signs of new beginnings, change months of survival. Allow spirit to drive through pathways of arrival. Display new array of something special within self. Feelings that are felt on the waist without a belt. Standing inside of a place where all had failed. Move mountains of motivation inspired by held scales. Statue of a fool been replaced by a new cool. Keeping the heart youthful with a beautiful attitude. Different look on life is very nice for the soul. God-given code, opening up a gold road. Treasure map so unique, telepathic upon the reach. Gifting the one who speak in a language that's Tai Chi. Richness is the blessing of manifesting goals. Regaining all control of what was lost, switching modes. Forever friendly, creator, the one who sent me. Even a half a century plus one, emotions I move quickly. King. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Loved it. That was very.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I felt that.
Yeah. Great piece. Great piece.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody quickly What is one thing that you do? And I'm going to start with King because we'll go around. I am just because. What is one thing you do to ground yourself or bring yourself back to the moment where you can say, like, I'm not doing okay right now. I'm going to bring myself back.
Run that by me, that last part.
Like, I'm going to try and give myself some time. I'm going to bring myself back. What do you do when you find yourself, slipping to a place where you don't want to be?
Me personally, I'm a meditator, so I meditate and pray all the time. I go by the water and I just watch the water and look up at the sky, just breathe in and breathe out, and just let all my problems go out to the water.
Lovely.
And I just find myself back at one. I've always believed in people, places, and things. So what I recommend to myself is just be careful of your interactions. You must always keep self-love and peace within yourself before you start pleasing others, especially when you're going through things.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that.
Agree.
That's
you're welcome.
really
Thank you.
lovely. And I do connect with the water part. She's the wild. Would you like to answer the same question?
Man, what do I do to find my ground myself? Okay. I started writing.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just picked up the pen and started writing because before it was a very toxic pattern of drinking, codependency, getting lost, not feeling good enough. And so when I started to pick up the pen and I started to remind myself of all the wonderful things that I know that I am and that's already in me, it changed my perspective. It's like I had to learn, and this comes from reading books and actually, watching other writers and YouTubers who specialize like in healing and, practicing good habits, right? And so I've learned to ground myself, get away from everyone. And I kind of do the same thing that Joe does. Like I'll go sit outside, I look up at the stars, I talk to the universe and I talk with God and I just release and I let it go. And I pray for a better tomorrow instead of turning to what used to be alcohol and, drugs and depending on another person to carry that weight when it's not fair to them.
Right.
We really have to look within and heal ourselves first and really focus on that, and my mom and my family, we have a saying that I've really embraced at this point in my life, tell me who you hang around with and I'll tell you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that to heart now at the age of 38. You didn't hear that from me. But I took that to heart now. And so I'm very careful who I surround myself with, who I allow into my life. And I just practice that when I am angry and upset, it's okay to cry. It's okay to take accountability for your wrongdoings. And I think there was a lot of struggle in that because it stems from a young age of people pleasing, and then you realize, okay, I'm an empath, so how am I gonna channel my energy to where I can fix it and it doesn't take over, And so I just learned to step back, count 1, 2, 3, write it out, and then what's my game plan from here? That literally has been what I've been doing. And so the transformation in my life has completely changed. Do I still cry and get angry? Yeah, it's okay crying and I get angry. You know what I mean? We're human. Like, not gonna see you like, oh, I just sit here and I'm like, like, no, it's like, I better have a bag of money in my bank account right tomorrow. Like you gotta we gotta do the work, man. And it's tough, and especially when people got big egos too, but I stay humble, I ground myself, I try to stay rooted and never forget where I come from. And I'm just grateful. I really am. Like, I really just work on being grateful and giving thanks every day in the morning when I get up. What am I grateful for?
Yeah.
Why am I good? Why do I deserve all these things? Why? Because I've worked hard, because I put in the work, because I'm ambitious, because I'm loud, and I'm not going to apologize for that anymore. I've embraced who I am, and it's taken some work. So I suggest writing it out, crying it out, and definitely meditating. And I'm also a person that loves to go be by the water as well. There's nothing, I love going out just to the ocean and sitting there, kicking back and just collecting my thoughts. And there's something really magical about that. So that's all
That's
I got to
right.
say about that. Yeah.
Lovely. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very, very positive ways that
Facts.
you put. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just starring and ask you the same thing.
I keep forgetting that I'm actually part of the show. I'm just enjoying the conversation, so I'm just sitting there listening. And I go, oh yeah, sorry. All right, hiya. Literally. Oh, sorry. I agree with what you're saying there as well, Erica. Like, because I think I was even saying this to Barry as well. Like, the 5 people that you hang around is like your personality in it. So it's like you got to be careful who you like spend the most amount of time with, or virtually, whoever you connect your soul with, so to speak. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Sometimes I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to be like what we should be doing or how we should be getting over things. And I had an OT worker before, because those of you that don't know, and this was I say I take my power, I talk about my mental health. I have like PTSD, depression, anxiety, and medicated, and all that fun stuff. And like literally though, like my OT like worker before be like, when them days when you just don't want to do anything, when it's the hardest thing to do anything, like just open the curtains. Even if that's all you do, and you just let in a bit of natural vitamin D and natural serotonin, like just do that, and just blink and breathe, and get through breakfast to get to lunchtime, and then worry about the afternoon later. Like just blink and breathe, and don't beat yourself up too much, because that's one of my worst things. Like, I am my own worst enemy. Like, I can beat myself up like you never did know. Like, and if you ever said anything about yourself in front of me, I'll be like, don't you dare say that about yourself, right? And it's like, we need to learn to, you know what I mean? Like, see how we speak like to other people, and like if it's a tattoo on your skin, if you were saying them things and realize like, yo, I'd be graffitied up like a mofo. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I really answered anything there, because I just think sometimes just opening the curtains, blinking and breathing, if that's all you can do, then well done. Keep doing it.
And you know what? I really agree with you, because sometimes it's just a matter of carrying on and knowing that it's going to get better, and it's okay to feel through it. I think there's a big thing that we shouldn't feel this way. We feel that way for a reason, so we have to feel through it, and it's critical, because it's part of healing. And if we don't allow ourselves to heal, then we're going to constantly be in the same situation. So there's little things that we can do for sure, and I agree with all of you. You've raised very good, effective ways to deal with situations, and sometimes it's as much as being kind to ourselves and saying, well, this is all I can do today. And other times it's diving a little bit deeper. So,
one other thing is you can also create an affirmation for every morning. Like mine's been for like years.
Absolutely.
Brand new day, brand new feeling. And I rise up and I just go about and do my thing, my 1-2 thing. Instead of being stuck on yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I always forget about yesterday. Yesterday was last year's news. You know what I'm saying? You go forward into another day. So while you working on your today, that's your future. You know what I'm saying? For what you bringing into the following. You have to set your goals and set aside any other thing and just progress and just move on. I didn't say forget about it. I just said move on from it. You know what I mean? Because when you don't forget about it, you know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you on the edge of life to move past any other bull crap that comes towards you. You know what I mean? The remembrance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So everybody out there, I'm just going to give you a quick reminder. We are the Poetry Corner on YouTube and on Facebook. So please do like and subscribe to this page. and our other one. We would love to have you join us. They're both beautiful pages. This particular channel has many shows throughout the week, so if you hit the notification bell, you will get notified of all of those and you won't miss anything. I'm going to share a piece with you called Shallows. I lay in cold, shallow waters in wait. Flowers and moments drift past my toes, my fingers, my hair. I have laid here in eternity, scathing cold and love lapped toward the shores, seeping from me, but never soothed. In heartbreak, I know that I will live this over and over until we get it right, and we never will. My drenched dress is heavy, as is my heart. My skin puckers and wilts. It swells against my bones. I see stars cry and fall from the sky. Dread fills me again. I need this light to sustain me. The sun doesn't shine here. The moon even covers itself with clouds. Out of my sight. Poetry runs through my thoughts, dancing with words I might have said, would have beens, could have beens, not helping me pass the hourglass of time. The sand never stops filling the curved-shaped glass, reminding me of your hands slipping past my breast, down my hips. Rain falls on my sorrowed soul, blankets me with chill. It wouldn't be so lonely if you would just ease out of my heart. Valerie Lorraine.
Beautiful, Val.
That was very
Thank you,
nice.
I was
Very
like, I want to
nice.
cry.
See, you know, when we're in our moments, we can come up with some good things. So there we go. I'm going to hand it back to you. She is wild, so you can entertain us with another piece.
Okay. I'm excited. Okay. So this one is my warrior to greatness. I've felt the blow of hatred from the mouths of wolves in sheep clothing. The sting of betrayal from lips once loving. The lies from eyes that once were worth seeing. I've bled tears that have now dried and see clear. From the sins of many as my own, I am the resilience reborn. I am the warrior called to greatness.
That's the way to do it.
All right.
That's one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Beautiful.
That's what's up.
Really
Man.
fat to finish,
I was like, where's my
It's like this magic moment. Wait for it.
Wait for it. Brilliant.
And I just have a small one here that I'll just real quick. And it says, you were born with a masterful gift. Lead with heart and stop letting the world tell you who to be. It's already in you. And this stems from, that's my short little one, just real quick. Yeah, because I felt it's important that people understand that we all have a gift. Yes. We have a masterful gift, and we're just learning. We're all students in this world, and we learn from a little bit of everybody, you know. And I think that's a true statement. I think a lot of people need to hear that. You know, it's already in you. You just got to bring it out.
For the people in the back, yo.
It's very true, you know, and to be so hard on ourselves. I mean, you know, we've never been here before, and the things that hurt us and damage us, we've never experienced them before, or we haven't fully learned the lesson, so it keeps coming back to us harder and harder. And so that's why we need to work on healing. And during that healing, we need to take that time to feel things so that we can really work through the healing and master ourselves in that one area so that we can continue on. Yes. So yes, very wonderful pieces.
Thank you guys.
It definitely was fly. I like that. Definitely.
Miss Justar, could I bring you back up, please, and get you to share another piece with us?
Yes, sorry, I'm back in the show watching. Okay, so I was thinking I've got between two, Valerie, Man Not Kind, or one I done earlier, Upside Down Frown.
Oh, I really enjoyed Upside Down Frown. I'd love to hear that.
I love the title.
I know, right? Wait until you
I know. I was
That's
like,
not-
that one, and I don't even know what it is yet.
That's one of them slick. That's one of them slick titles.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna go through a tunnel and it's gonna cut off because I'll leave it like that. That's how it goes. Everyone. I ain't even got it loaded. Look at me all fast on myself. Right. Bear in mind, I did just write it last night, and I'm one of these people like I think it's talking about poetry is like my therapy. Obviously, art is too, and art's like my voice. But poetry came to me later on in life, and yeah, man, gives me the vibes, and I bet you look okay. Why doesn't happiness suit me? Every color just won't fit. I recognize the sound. I think I've heard it through the bars on my window pane. Families seem to know it. They wear their frowns upside down. Imagine waking up and having a purpose, like your life actually matters. People caring whether you ate breakfast. Notice if you didn't boil the kettle that one day. I tried to be like everyone else, mimic the sounds that shape these upside down frowns. Invisible bars block sunlight, shadows manifest in the darkness, merging lines blur absolutely nothing. Outlining loneliness, miserable, human, trying to feel like someone, a body that's counted at least once, hear my name, drowning in broad daylight, begging to believe I can sample the teeny tiniest bit of that happiness feeling, like two magnets repelled. Happiness just won't touch me. I'd love to adorn a face like the ones I've seen that match the echoes of belly laughs, ringing through the bars of my home. If I could have that one thing that people want to wake up for, a reason to breathe air in, instead of the daily mission to blink and breathe so I can get through the next 2 minutes, 120 seconds too long before the day's even started. Wearing the wrong outfit, changing endlessly, trying to find the closest shade of happiness, but upside down frowns just don't suit me. I wish happiness knew me. Tailor a wardrobe of upside down frowns stitched with laughs to disguise that I just don't know what happiness is.
Right now. All right.
Yeah.
Valerie, your
can't
mic is muted.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to plug
There you
my
go.
phone in. I thought I don't want it to be making noise, and so I might mute it. You know what? I love that piece because I think that we can express things exaggeratedly sometimes to get our point across, and you know, it's just very striking, and it becomes very relatable because even if that's how we felt in a moment, you know, moments don't stretch everywhere for us, but they take us, and it's in that moment, and then people find it relatable. Beautiful piece, Justar.
Definitely was.
I really liked it because I feel like you can take a moment that seems so short, but it feels like a lifetime that you get stuck in there, and you're just like, man, is this ever gonna end? Like, feels like an eternity when it's really not even an eternity. It probably was just like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, I mean, I totally relate to that, and I love the way she expressed herself in her writing, and you know, sharing the piece the way you did. I mean, sometimes I wish I could even elaborate in such a manner that can capture somebody. You know, I'm used to short pieces, but I have mad respect, and I really do. And this goes for a lot of poetry writers that can elaborate on what their intentions are in their writing. And that to me is just a fantastic gift to have, you know? Like, damn, I'm lucky if I spell there, and there right sometimes. You know? And I'm there like, damn, is it there or there or theirs or yours or yours? And, you know,
But I forget my own name. I'll just stitch it in my clothes in case I get lost.
Yeah, exactly. I got to write it with a Sharpie in mine. But yeah, I mean, so that was beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah, true
Um,
facts.
I'm going to share a piece that I wrote this at a very, very dark time, and it was a very big expression of how I was feeling. So, anyways, this is called "How Long Will I Love You?" How long will I love you? You never asked. A wave that is pulled back from the kissing sands, the stars that hang, holding on for one more breath as the dawn breaks, the ice mountains that crack, sliding, crumbling into the sea. That won't be me. How long will I love you? You never asked. None could answer that for me. Pieces of you are within me. Seasons followed us on our journey here. One after another, they made the delicate fade into the next, leaving us. The blue sky changes moods, hiding the precious universe from view. The day that fades, bringing the darkness, and forever will. That won't be me. How long will I love you? You never asked. I was here before you. I loved you before I knew how or the reasons why. I gathered pieces of me from my past lives and found you there too. That means I will love you for an eternity. And I have since the beginning of time. A moon that knew you before the tides obeyed. A sun that warmed you before my arms ever did. How long will I love you? You never asked. Rocks form in my heart knowing that one day I will leave you in this life. Those same rocks pound the pulse that rhythms through me knowing I will be here longer just because of you. I won't give in to the thoughts. Only and just because you are here. That won't be me. How long will I love you? You never asked.
All right now. All right. That's what's
Thank
up.
you. Thank you.
Beautiful, man.
It definitely was on that.
Thank
Almost
you.
feel like it was gonna bust into a song because it sounds so nice. I loved it. How long will I love you?
Thank you so much. It's, I don't often say what my poetry is about because I feel like, okay, once I wrote it for myself. But after that, once I put it out, it is for everybody else, and whatever interpretation they would like to take on that is up to them. But when I wrote this, I was thinking about my children. So, that's where all of that came from. And some of the lines in there, yes. Fine.
It was beautiful, Val.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Well
that's what's
expressed
up.
and shared.
Very
Thank
expressive.
So we are approaching the end of the hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask our guests to each give one more piece, and then I'm going to hand it over to King. So She Is the Wild, you have the stage.
Hey, I wasn't ready. I'm going. Okay. So this one's called Healing. How
Lovely.
ironic. No, I'm just joking. It goes, healing is beautiful. Healing freaking hurts. That was a cuss word in there, but I didn't want to cuss online. So healing freaking hurts. It's nice. It's nights of endless tears and your heart ripped open. It's drowning in thoughts you wish you didn't have. It's crying in your car because it comes out of nowhere. Hidden from the world so no one sees you being weak. So no, don't tell me that healing is beautiful. It's a war within, and one that I hope that you win. That's what I'm going to show.
All right. Nice,
Thank you, guys. Thank
nice,
you.
short and sweet, and to the point.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And yes, and so accurate. So accurate.
Accurate on point.
Yes, right. Beautiful. Just Star, I'm going to bring it back to you.
I was awake this time, but yeah, that was power. That's why. All right. This one's called Denial.
Ooh.
So I'm still wooing from that. Woo! All right. Not ready to say you were, because you are still everything to me. Can't accept this new reality that made you history. When your love will always be present, a daily gift of memories you still bring. When I should say you left me with, never want to leave you in the past tense. Was when, remember how she is, always will be. I only want to share the memories with you. Instead, blurred images, dance colors behind my tear-stained eyes. Never wanted to say goodbye just as much as I miss saying hello. Denying the truth, rejecting that day and every second that time forgot. Altering every scene instantly. Stole the air I used to breathe. Broke the voice I once abused. Shattered the heart I thought was fixed enough. Ignorant to real pain. Infinite affliction suffocates every cell. Blinking and breathing, the brain's only mission. Unable to unravel this tangled mess of confusion. A labyrinth of locked doors and missteps, scrambled webs, intricate patterns, endless mazes, no exit, traps continuing. Clusters of knots twisting tighter and tighter. As the noose takes grip, rope burns, outline my throat, cutting shapes, matching this lost soul ablaze. Darkness cloaks the smoke-filled room, imploding, silent, daily, taking the heat to keep the peace, forever scorched, lit as camouflage, history.
Why you gotta make me cry to start? Damn, girl.
Right?
I could see the screen when I was saying that. It's probably a good thing. Oh, bless you, honey.
Absolutely gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the end of our show. I see that King dropped, so obviously technical issues, and he will come back as hopefully before the show ends. But wonderful, wonderful guest tonight. Again, we have She Is the Wild, and you can find her on Instagram. She's on all social media, but Instagram is her main home, and you can find her as she.is.the_wild.
Yes.
And our other guest is juststar_misdemeanor_artist on Instagram. I myself, Valerie Lorraine _poetic author on Instagram, and Valerie Lorraine, poetic author on Facebook. It has been an incredible pleasure to share this time with you and these wonderful poets, and to talk about some mental health issues and how we deal with our dark times, and just being creative and enjoying writing. So we do hope that you enjoyed this episode. Do you like and subscribe to the page here at the Poetry Corner, and hit that notification bell, and you will see all kinds of other artists. Thank you for your time tonight. I'm going to hand this back to King to close off. It has been a pleasure sharing time with you all tonight.
Okay. Everybody did a marvelous job covering the topic and the beautiful poetry that y'all all showed out. It's great. I mean, so remember, everybody, follow these poets out there so you can see what else they got in the chamber. You know what I mean? But this piece right here is it's called "You're Welcome." It's my goodbye to yesterday. As I walk into whatever it is supposed to be, experience occurrences, learn about the new me. True understanding while opening the curtains. My purpose so big right now, my past is hurting. What I make to happen, bring the heart of the strong, tear up the form that belonged to the old me that's gone. Listen to old songs, feel the tunes in my ear. There was a time that existed but now disappeared. Lift the spirit from the bottom to remain on top. If my physical stop, I'll coexist with my pops. Allow my kids' motivation to inspire me to live. Embrace the growth that's close. Hope and faith I kiss. Proud of new ways to engage every day. Turn skies dark and gray to a beautiful display. Bright life so colorful through the lights of God. Utilize my smarts to learn from studies that were hard. The enemy lurking when confusion is on the rise. How about we take a ride instead of God's holy skies? Move accordingly in the world without a doubt internal. Never worry about the informal gestures. They don't concern you. King. Thank you. Appreciate that. I would just like to let everybody know you can find me, King Atterbury Inc., on Instagram, YouTube, King Atterbury Inc., and on Facebook, Joel Washington Atterbury. And I am an author of 20 published books on Amazon. Here is one of them. Recently, The Man Behind the Hands, Volume 2, Lil Joe's Son. It just came out. And my other one, Monumental Potential. All available on a paperback, ebook, Kindle. So, as I always say, peace, love, and poetry. And Poetry Universe and the audience out there, thank you for attending tonight. Have a peaceful night.
So I'm just about finished here. I got another 5 or 10